it. There it is.
Oh wait, we're still doing this with the hour-long intro to the show.
Yes. Why does he gotta talk over mine?
He always does. He loves you. This is going to be so abrupt. Be ready for it.
I had to talk Scott into doing this.
Here, let me go smoke a brisket for like 8 hours and come back.
You can.
You know what? I'm kind of hoping you do that, Jacob.
Jacob, take that brisket and shove it up your. I should have timed that better. Damn it! Here it comes.
Oh yeah, well you can take that brisket and shove it up your.
Oh, I did the Wednesday one.
Street Smods. Watch all the replays on Hulu.
Yeah. Who? Did he flip it quick enough? No, I didn't. Damn it. Where is it? I lost it.
Might as well not even do it now.
Is this the dump? Is this talking random?
Whoever made this, are they colorblind?
His name is Grant, and he's Australian.
So so he is colorblind.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I see reverse colors, I think.
Maybe. He's like, oi, I like sand.
Oi, I like sand.
I don't know, something like that. That's what Australians say. Where is Grant?
I don't know. He's making music.
He's a rapper now.
Aluminum spot.
Glad to see we have never turned this down.
I don't know how to. It was Grant who made this.
What?
Huh?
What?
I once knew a lassie. Spork. The dump is back, everybody, with the beginning of the aluminum spork, but yet the dump countdown. Yay, it's Saturday.
Although it's
like,
talking random episode something or other.
No, it's gone. It is back to the dump. You know why? Because I'm going back to my roots in 2024. And gosh darn it, the dump is my roots. So welcome to the dump, everybody. It's Saturday night. I am Scott.
It's cool that you know about roots, what with you not having them for so long.
I got roots, bro. My name is Toby.
I was talking about your hair.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie Roots.
Right?
From the
Isn't
70s.
is root at the root of the hair?
It's the follicle, which is the root. Yes. I mean,
Nailed
if you want
it.
to be, kind of
Nailed it.
rude.
We're
and
off to
maybe
a great
little-
start.
Yeah, we are. And I'm glad I'm still the only one on camera because you said you would be on camera. But anyways, that's why no one watches
what
this.
happened?
I'm just gonna make it uncomfortable for you for the first few minutes of the show.
You do every show, my friend. How are you, Jacob?
I'm doing pretty well. I've been working on a lot, actually. If you guys didn't know, I'm the official movie reviewer for the Abounding in the Comics YouTube show.
Oh,
so if you
nice.
guys seen plenty of my stuff on the YouTube channel, which we're growing very rapidly here. I'm also doing written stuff.
Awesome.
We just did our best and worst of the year. So, by the way, I
What
still
was your
have like
best of
3
the
other
year?
streams that I have. Best movie of the year, I had Oppenheimer at number 1. That was
I
my
agree.
best.
I watched it a couple weeks ago, maybe a month at this point, but I remember sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is what good acting looks like. I almost forgot because it's been so long.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
everyone.
this is what cinema used to look like.
Yes.
This is how
What-
movies used to make us feel.
What's that lead actor? Kellum?
Yeah,
The one that-
Cillian Murphy.
Killian Murphy, dude. That
the one
dude
that
is
looks like he could off himself at any moment in
or
everything
off
he does.
you and then off himself. Yeah, he's
Well,
awesome in.
Robert Downey Jr. is awesome. I mean, I haven't seen
Yeah.
him in something other than as Iron Man in forever.
In a while.
So.
In a while.
I have not seen a movie that made me go, oh shit. Oh, I did not see that coming.
But one thing that I truly liked about Oppenheimer is that it took that kid from Han Solo, the Han Solo movie, which keep in mind is the only Disney Star Wars film or project that Lucasfilm has openly buried after the fact, because it was the only one that wasn't led by a woman. But they even went as far in like the production to say that, oh, this guy can't act, he needs acting lessons to figure out how to play along. Like just completely buried the dude, like before and after.
Yeah.
And he literally has one of the best performances in this entire movie. He quite literally almost stole the whole show here, which goes to show you, yeah, when you actually put him with a competent filmmaker and a director who actually knows what he's doing.
Well, and then
he's
don't choose
actually
him for a
pretty
role
good.
he's not meant for.
Yeah.
I mean, he was not
Exactly.
like there was a kid out there that would have been he played Harrison Ford already as a younger version in I forget the movie, but he would have been amazing as Han Solo.
But that film was dead on arrival beforehand. Like I said,
Yeah.
once the filmmakers and the writers actually left halfway during it, like there was no way that film was ever gonna be successful.
Soul Assassin said Oppenheimer has the best sequel ever, Godzilla -1.
I'm still waiting on the American reboot of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, the American reboot. You mean dubbed or just
No,
reboot?
the American
completely?
reboot. No,
I like that.
Not dub.
Uh,
Yeah.
Like off the coast of California.
Yeah,
type thing?
I can't wait for the American reboot where you have Godzilla and King Kong running towards the screen like they're in a buddy cop movie from the 1970s.
Dude, that blew my mind when I saw it in the trailer. One, they already gender swapped fucking Godzilla with his pink, lighting
He's
up things.
non-binary.
Dude, that
Godzilla.
pissed
is he?
me off. Well, you have to have a gender neutral aisle now in California, so maybe that's what they were going for.
And then Godzilla King Kong has a power glove? A fucking power glove?
Wait, you mean like a Nintendo Power Glove?
Have you not seen the trailer?
No,
Dude.
I haven't
he
actually
legit-
watched it.
It's
Let's
not
watch
a power glove. Power glove. It's like how would you describe it, Jacob? It's like enhancement, as if they were trying to make him.
It looked like something straight out of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's probably the best way I
it.
can
Oh, we're
describe
watching this right
I'm pretty
now.
sure Godzilla was on skates at one point.
it.
We are watching the official.
Like
I'm
literally,
not
if
fucking
you
kidding you.
if you take that one scene where they're running towards like the screen and just like transcribe like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme song onto it,
Oh,
it literally is
yeah.
like something out of like Power Rangers.
Okay. I kind of like that idea. First, real quick, Big Raj in the house with the
Damn right,
Canadian
Soul
199. I love
Damn
this
right, I
dude.
want P Diddy.
I love this dude. He had the best Doctor Who outfit you'll ever see in your life down in Florida. Great guy. Tim Talks is on your left, by the way. What did Soul Assassin say? Mads wants the American Godzilla minus to have Puff Daddy singing. I forgot about that shit.
Oh, I love it, man. It's
Oh my
the
God.
greatest Godzilla anthem ever.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go back and rewatch Skull Island because Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, yeah, the big Tom. All right, let's see what this is all about.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brie Larson's in that too and kind of ruins everything.
Yeah, agreed.
Ooh, the needle. Uh-oh.
That's how you know it's real.
For most of human
Serious.
civilization,
By the way, I rewatched. If you want to pause it so we don't get taken down.
Yeah, we don't get taken down.
I rewatched the first Godzilla, not the first, like back in Japan or whatever.
I was about to say.
The one
90
with
the 90s
Quicksilver.
one?
When Quicksilver and his sister Scarlet
like
Witch are all making out and shit.
Yeah, that was pretty
I
hot.
like that
I mean,
movie. I think that movie's better than what people give credit to.
You're
And
not
it
talking
had
about
a
the one with Matthew Broderick back in the 90s.
No, I'm talking about the
Okay.
ones with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Whoever those actors are. What was his Taylor Jacob Smith? I don't
Smith,
know his name.
whatever. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Those
anyway.
three
wait.
names.
Kick
One
ass.
it's not Anya Taylor-Joy, the other one.
No, Kick Ass.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron
Yeah,
Taylor
Aaron
Johnson.
Taylor
yeah.
Johnson, like I said. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, it had a serious tone to it, and it took it to be a legitimate thing. And then somewhere between that and King of the Monsters, it's like, we're just gonna go bananas with it.
Well, people only complained about the 2014 one because Bryan Cranston's character died like halfway throughout the movie, and that was during like the whole Breaking Bad hype, and people are like, "Oh, how dare you kill him!" And the movie, I think, was the only reason I wanted to watch this. Like that's pretty much the
Hold on.
complaint people had
If
there.
the dad from Malcolm in the Middle is your only reason to watch a Godzilla movie, you're doing it wrong.
believed that life could only exist
Oh, no.
on the surface of our planet.
He doesn't knock over the pyramids, does he?
Who knows? There it is. Look at the glove.
Was
Like
that
a goddamn
transformer?
transformer.
I was
Yeah,
like,
dude,
yes.
was that? I thought
Like,
it was a
did he do?
transformer.
Did he do like the fusion dance with like Bumblebee? Is that what happened there?
Dude, that was a transformer. What the hell is that?
Who
is that
made
King
that
Kong?
for him?
Is he?
What else were we
he got
wrong
a suit
about?
now?
Throw a barrel.
I mean, literally the
Kong.
worst MCU
Little
film of
Kong,
all
man.
time.
Wow. All right, hold on. I got to find what my
I cannot
man-
believe you hadn't seen that.
Oh, we
It's
gotta watch
so
this.
bad.
Hold on. Hold on. This is fantastic. We have to watch this. Thank you,
Actually, no,
Soul
he didn't.
Assassin.
He wasn't from Eternals. This is a different actor.
Oh, he isn't? I thought he was the same guy.
Scott has blackface blindness.
Don't
Everybody
you
knows
dare
this.
do that. Don't you do because they're black. No, because they look alike. Hey.
Oh,
you
do
know,
they?
like- yeah, like this guy right there looks like that's Bruce Lee, right?
What the fuck? This is an Asian man. That's
Oh,
Wong. Wong
Bruce
does not look
Lee
like the
is
black guy
Asian.
from Kong.
Wow,
An
I just
Asian
said-
man named Wong, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty messed up there.
Avengers! Assemble.
Do it.
Okay, can we pause
You
here
don't
for a
even get
second?
blamed for this shit.
Can we pause here just for a quick second?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just a great song.
I get that that's like the big like mark moment of this whole thing, the
Yeah.
whole like but it doesn't make any sense because they had already assembled. Like if you're gonna go for like you sort of say Avengers like Charge or something like that, then it kind of makes more sense. But yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
said
it doesn't-
assembled after they assembled.
God damn it,
already.
Jacob. You fucking
Yeah, I
ruin
mean-
everything.
No, there's still maybe a couple
never thought about that
stragglers in the
before.
back. No, there was a
Yeah,
couple
they were all
stragglers
still
in the
coming
back.
Portland in.
Yeah, wait a minute.
No,
Let's
but
take
he
a look
said
at
it
that
as
again.
if it was
No,
a
no,
battle
no.
battle charge kind of a thing.
It is
Like
for-
Aya.
It is. It kind of was. Like
Man, and that's been
Wakanda
building for
forever.
20 fucking years, and Jacob comes in here like, that shit don't make no sense. God dang it.
It does. It does because he's assembling the
Because
Avengers.
you had your brain turned off for the last 5 years until I
No.
switched it back on.
Because there's so many people in the crowd. He's like, "Where's the actual Avengers? Guys, assemble! Let's go!"
Yeah.
No, not the women. Yeah, he does use it as an attack more than he does.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
Yeah,
He's Captain America. He can do what he wants. That's so awesome.
fucking
Oh,
great.
this is cool.
Now they inverted it so it's on his left arm. Did you
Yeah, it
notice
was-
that?
Mhm.
Yeah, they flipped it, bro.
Yeah. So maybe in the trailer they flipped it like morons.
Okay.
Oh, E. Clay Thomason, you son of a. For $2, my great friend E. Clay wants me to say Godzilla's original home was Gunung Padang.
Very good. You got it.
Nailed it. I need a
Gundam
little
Style.
clip. I need
Wait.
a little clip with our Australian friend going nailed it.
Wait, I did not
Nailed
know Godzilla originated in Indonesia.
it. Yeah, what is the name of the place? Not Indonesia, but you could try saying it.
Thailand?
No, say what that is. Gunung Padang.
Ganan Panang.
Yeah. Why did you have to do it with that weird accent?
Because I was pronouncing it correctly.
Oh,
With res-
Sporking fact.
wrong fact.
with
Sorry,
respect
hold
to
on.
their people.
Hold on.
The YouTuber's YouTuber. Fighting on back roads and back rooms.
That was a mad fact. You like that?
Damn straight.
Damn Skippy. Yeah, thanks, buddy, for the $2 you rule. Keely Chow says Justice League Unlimited episode Destroyer and the Buffy the Vampire series finale chosen greater than Endgame. I don't remember the Destroyer episode. I did enjoy the
Wasn't a
Buffy
fan of
series
Buffy.
finale.
I thought Angel series finale was the last
You know, I didn't
minute
see
of
that.
series finale was the best when they come walking out of the aisle and they're ready to fight. It's like Angel and what's left of Spike and chick that played that was
Carlise or what's her name?
no she
what
was
was
she
that?
was already dead.
She's
but
already
Liz
dead,
McCarthy.
okay.
But
Okay.
no, the one that was taken over by some goddess, her body was taken over.
Right.
And she wants some killing, and they walk out, and there's a freaking flying dragon that they're about to fight that came out of
Mhm.
hell. I mean, that just seconds.
That's pretty
was just
badass.
perfect television.
So I just want you all to know 27 votes. Strong, diverse female Star Wars director is our first topic of the night. Then Echo. So I'm ending that poll. Thank you to everyone who did take part in that poll. 27 people. Hopefully there
And
better
thank
be
you,
27
Damaj
likes. No, only 21 likes. Damaj and I sent you the link, right, man? Stop in whenever you have a chance, buddy. So, yeah, let's talk about this Sharmeen obaid-chinoy.
Nailed it.
Nailed it again, man. I am killing it tonight. You're all welcome.
Nothing but bricks.
You're still here. And when are you getting on screen, dude? You're really killing me right now.
Yeah, mad.
Oh,
Mad.
what, me?
Come on, dude. Let the people
Oh, man,
see you.
I didn't have time
Why
to
are you being a
adjust it.
dick?
I didn't
You
have
got a
time to
great
adjust
beard.
everything.
Your beard looks fantastic. Like I'm a little hurt that you never want to be on screen anymore on my channel.
I'm
It's
not
cool.
on screen on anyone's channel.
Nah, I mean, oh, look at me, I'm mad. I can't be seen anymore. Autumn. Anyways, so a lot of people are getting upset with this little New
Oh
Year's.
no, what happened?
Yeah, she made a comment. You know, this was pre-tape, but it's on CNN, so right there that tells you something. But this is the director of the new Rey Palpatine movie, and you know, because she directed 2 episodes of Miss Marvel, so she now qualifies for a Star Wars film.
Hold on now. Don't forget she had all those documentaries that she did.
Oh, I mean, she had. Whew.
And if anything can just seamlessly like go into a epic space fantasy movie would be a
Yes.
documentary on the
Female
patriarchy.
mutilation. Yeah. Pakistani patriarchy. Was it Pakistan? She's Pakistani, I believe.
You would think after doing that she would have a little bit more not affection, but like she wouldn't be so pissed at men in America
She
after
fucking hates men.
well, yeah, of course, but you would think she could, if anyone could see
Right.
the difference between what happens in that
Right.
country into this
Right.
country.
Right. Like the idea where people think we're, you know, American males are like, oh, you're all Nazis and this and that, you're all abusive, compared to Pakistanis where they kill
Yeah,
women
yeah.
for like, oh, you tried to divorce me. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, now you die. Or you caught me sleeping with another woman, now you die.
You would think
Or
she
I
saw
saw
your
you
eyes
looking at it.
move.
I saw
Yeah.
you looking at another man, so I'm gonna put acid in
Yeah.
your face.
Yeah, right. Or did someone just see your ankle? You have no leg now. Like,
if
there's a big
anyone
difference.
if
Yeah.
anyone should be like, hey, ladies, calm down. The men in our society are nowhere near as bad as what they could be or what they currently are in other countries. But now she's like, fuck them. They're all horrible.
Well, ironically enough, I'm currently working on a piece that'll be out abounding this week about how Hollywood, especially like the last couple of years, but this year specifically, they're really going all in on this war against men. And it's not just like this Disney Star Wars pack. Like we've seen what Disney Star Wars has produced over the last 10 years, but you see the movies that are getting awarded the award season, which is going on right now. You see films like Barbie and the message that film had. And you look at the film like Poor Things and the message that film has, and a film like The Color Purple, and it's all like the same recurring message over and over again that men are absolutely awful. They're only going to rape you and beat you and abuse you.
Well, I mean, in
and
her
you're only
country, though,
Mhm.
I mean, she definitely, I'm not going to say I don't agree with her making documentaries trying to protect young girls and women from their culture, because their culture isn't, I'm sorry, from
But I'm talking
my
about
point of view.
what Hollywood is producing,
Oh,
not just
right.
like what's
Okay,
going on
I'm
with,
sorry.
like,
I misheard
Pakistan.
what you said. Yeah,
Yeah.
proceed. Hollywood sucks. Okay, go
Yeah,
on.
but this is what they're producing here, and it's just like one after another. It's because they're actively trying to shape the minds of young women and impressionable women here in this country, so that they'll follow in this miserable existence, which is now modern intersexual feminism. This is what they're trying to entrap everyone into. And
Mhm.
every time you turn on television, it's always men bad. Every time you watch a movie, it's men bad. It's like it's just recurring over and over again. There's a reason behind it.
Yeah, no, true. No, you're right. Zombie says it's Scott after shaving off his beard. Holy shit. She does kind of look
Yeah.
like, I could pull that off. I could pull that. Yeah, dude, I know who I'm going to be for Halloween next year.
Yeah, it'll
Just
still
some kind
be
of some
relevant.
pinkish white makeup and
Well, the Star
nasty
Wars-
cheap
Yeah.
raspberry lips.
Like,
To
thicker and-
answer-
I have like safety glasses like that, so I can wear those
Oh.
glasses. But she's going to be doing a Star Wars movie. Definitely going to be still in the
Scott,
news there.
You know what you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
do? All right, so you know how people will, not anymore because all these movies suck, but they remember when Star Wars was good or decent, people would dress up to go see the premiere. You have to do it, but dress like
Dude,
her.
I will. Could we remember this? Somebody
Yes.
put that
Yeah,
in your
somebody write
mind
this
and just
down.
remember it. And I'll be like, hello, everybody. This is the greatest film I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't
even
know
if
about
she
that.
talks
That
like
may be too far.
Yeah, that might have been too far. Hey, you know what? It's called comedy. Shut the fuck. Anyways, I am not
my
racist.
friend,
I'm ignorant.
Can we talk about your car's extended warranty?
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Are about to create is something very special.
Nailed it.
And
By the
we're
way,
in
I like how my
2024
voice
now,
is like almost
and
identical
I
to
think
hers, and I hadn't even heard her speak till like just now.
I was just about to say I nailed it. I think I nailed it. I could do this.
thrilled
All right.
about the project because I think what we are
Let's talk
about
about
to
Star Wars.
create is something very special.
That's not Dave
And
Filoni,
we're in
that's her.
2024
Oh, no, that is.
now,
Okay.
and I think it's
Oh,
about
boy.
time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
Because that's never happened
Okay.
before.
Well, this is what pisses me off. Okay, yes, only men have done Star Wars movies, but can we look at Disney and Lucasfilm in its own right now?
Well, I mean,
the
that's
head of it
completely
is a woman.
ignoring. Yeah, like I said, it's completely ignoring the entire context. We've literally had a woman in charge of Star Wars for at least the last 15 years now.
Dude, not
Who
just a
shaped
woman.
the
I mean, you
stories,
had the TV shows. You've had Deborah Chow or Choi and
Bryce
Dallas
Dallas
Howard directing. Both of them directing multiple episodes. I mean, Deborah Chow did the whole Obi-Wan plus Mandalorian episodes. You have a female in charge of the whole goddamn Lucasfilms. Like this idea, like it's about time we have a woman. Like why? Why is it about time we have a woman? Because you don't seem qualified to me. Like if it was a qualified, like could we just get a director that
bless
actually
myself, I
like,
guess.
knows the goddamn like I don't know canon, and then we'll make a good movie. I don't care if it's a man, woman, or trans. I don't really give a shit. Just make it good.
Let's be honest, they can't make a good movie either.
Well,
But
no,
that's what-
because their ideological lens is so thick. There's no way to see. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah,
like I said,
dude.
we're still operating on this idea that these people are trying to make good movies. They're not trying to
True.
make good movies. Like
Yeah,
this
go-
whole idea
Right.
of Hollywood giving you a movie that you're gonna love is gonna hold dear
Right.
like that's dead. Like
Yeah.
it's been dead. We have
Yeah.
an entertainment world controlled by corporations who have enough money from other spheres of their corporations to the point where it's like, you know what, we really don't care about the money. Disney is such a mega corporation. If we're losing billions on films, we'll just keep losing billions on films because the message now is more important than our profits.
Yeah, but
yeah,
what
but
I'm
I
trying
thought
to
that
say,
changed though,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't Disney gonna try to do better with their movies because they've lost so much money?
No.
That's what I just said.
That's what they told you so that
Yeah.
their stock prices wouldn't plummet further.
But what I'm trying to say is this: why are we still in 2024 doing this? It's about time for a woman to direct. Like, look, we did it. You guys did it. You have a female vice president. You almost had a president, but she was scary. You know, like the idea that women haven't like made it to the same level as men in society in America. I'm just saying America is ridiculous. Like we are at a point where like it's no longer like gay, lesbian, like everybody has in some ways surpassed, you know, like men. Like we're the demons still, but the idea that just because you are a female, just because you have female genitalia, you should be doing a Star Wars movie because none of them have ever done it before with a vagina.
Somehow it makes your art, your craft somehow better because of your vagina.
Bullshit. Such bullshit.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
true when it comes to the dick, but not the vagina.
I mean, maybe if it's a porno, you know, but like, I don't know the idea. Like, I'm just sick of hearing that term. Like, you know, oh, it's about time a lady, you know, woman does it. Like, okay, like, I just want to know, can you make? And Jacob, you hit it on the head, but like, can you make a good movie? Like, how many female directors? The Eternals, this one, like they keep going so out of the world of sci-fi or fantasy and find these people who do films that are nothing like these epic
because they know
movies.
that their allies in the media are going to go at bat for them 100% before the movie comes out.
Yep.
Then after the movie comes out, they're going to pretend like it's a great film. And then when the box office and the backlash sets in, then they'll get even more defense from these people saying that, oh, it's the men that's the problem. It's not anything that you did. You go Queen Slay, whatever thing, right?
See, and this is, you know, Black Angus, and good to see you, man. I don't know if you're actually being like a joking about it or not, but like Barbie, that's a perfect movie. It was actually designed for women. You know what I mean? Like this idea that they a couple of years ago, they thought, you know what we need to do? We're going to take a dominant male, I don't know, genre. Like you like fantasy or sci-fi, and we're going to make it for women. So we're going to alienate men and not bring any new women in because women don't enjoy this shit. Like, what are you doing? Like, Barbie was made for women. Look how well that did. It did well.
And there could have been a perfect movie in Barbie because the first 5 minutes when you see
I know
Barbie
he's being
Land and
serious.
your entire childhood
Mhm.
being just, created
Right.
live on television or in a movie was amazing.
Right.
That
I mean, it's
third
like
act,
every
though.
girl. Oh,
We don't have to
Well,
put
that's
that
the
in
whole
there.
idea. That's how they marketed Barbie. It was like, oh yeah, don't you remember when you were a child, you
Yeah,
played
yeah.
with Barbie dolls, and here you can give this Barbie doll to your daughter, and it was all about bringing women together.
Yep.
And then you guys got suckered from that idea. And you didn't realize you were stepping into the bear trap of all the other stuff that they were shoving down your eyeballs in that film as well. I mean, that's usually how Hollywood works. It's a one big bait and switch. To be
Right.
like, oh, here's the nostalgia bit. Hey, you remember this property from the past, right? Then you go in and you see the message, and you're like, oh well. That sucks.
The girlfriend really wanted to see it. Thank God she didn't want to go to the theater to see it.
Mhm.
But as soon as it was available, I went ahead and rented it on VOD or whatever. And she was liking it. But that third act, it was a drag even for her to get through. The best part of it, and I love this because it's the only thing that's going to be remembered about this movie, is Ken. His performance of Push by
Which Ken?
Matchbox 20.
You're talking about
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have it on my phone, on my playlist. I listen to it while
good?
I'm rolling. Oh, dude. And he leans into that 90s like aesthetic of like, nah, you gotta the end of
Dude,
everything.
he's a great comedic
Fucking-
actor.
I wanted to hate him
Yeah.
after the Notebook and other shit, so much,
Yeah.
but god damn it, he is so fucking charming. I can't do it.
He is.
I've loved him in everything I've seen.
But
I think he's fantastic.
Do you imagine if now they come out with Barbie 2 and it is done by a male director and it focuses all on Ken's love of, I don't know, like pickleball, and nothing to do with Barbie, nothing to do with her. Like that's what they have done to us. They have used the shell, the skin of Star Wars and Marvel and Lord of the Rings and all these other things, and they snuck in as the wolf, to put their ideology into what I don't know. Like the characters are no longer the ones.
It's funny because the movie made a whole bunch of money, so you think that a part 2 would be a slam dunk. But the reason why they're pushing back against it is because they know that unintentionally Ken was the most popular part of that entire movie, and even like Black Angus played up to it because everyone's talking about the Ken song and all the memes like surrounding Ken. So he kind of stole the entire movie. They wrote that movie under the premise that he was going to be the villain, essentially, right? From start to finish. They weren't expecting anyone to actually identify with Ken and actually have respect for Ken during that film, and it completely backfired on them. That's why they're so hesitant to say like, oh yeah, well we'll see about Barbie 2, because they know if they're going to do Barbie 2, it's like, oh, so you're bringing Ryan Gosling back as
and
Ken,
he's gonna
right?
be and he's going to get the most money too.
Yep.
I mean,
if he was
we're
smart.
on
What
the
up, Damaj and I?
Okay, we're on the 20th fucking Mission Impossible movie. You're telling me that they're not going to do a second Barbie movie?
Yeah, definitely slam dunk. You could even do it without Gosling.
but what Jacob's saying is right.
No,
though,
I
right?
know what
the
you're
only
saying.
reason they
I know what you're saying. What you could do is like what's up, my brother? What you could do is do a second one without Gosling and like make him the Luke character at the very end. Like you have to find him, something like that. That would be hilarious. I gotta see.
Well, I
this
think
movie
they
now.
really just crafted.
How y'all
the
doing
movie,
tonight?
Though.
We doing good, man. What's that picture? What's your avatar?
That's Aerith. Final Fantasy
what?
7.
Oh, Final
Fantasy 7.
Okay.
I hate turn-based games.
So what? I'm sorry, Tina.
It's
what
not
were you gonna say? Oh no,
is it not
worries,
anymore?
No, it's not.
No.
And if you knew anything about it, you wouldn't have spoke up, Mr. I don't show my face anymore.
Well, yeah,
bro.
but I don't know anything
Taurus.
about
Yeah,
it, so I did
bitch.
speak up.
No, Tina, what were you finishing with?
I don't care for this
I
at
was
all.
just saying that they couldn't even take anything beautiful out of the Barbie
Sorry,
movie.
Tina.
because
Sorry,
that's
I got
okay.
him so good.
It went out my nose.
But they couldn't even make anything good out of the Barbie movie because one of the most poignant moments was to see, Kate McKinnon as that weird Barbie, the Barbie that's all messed up with the hair and the crayons on the
She's all
face
messed up.
and stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, she is in general. I'm not talking about her as a human being, but her character was perfect. It's the weird Barbie, the one that you totally messed up as a kid and made it your own. And
Yeah,
She's
and
annoying.
like the
They're now
GI Joes I set
selling-
on fire. Yeah.
Exactly. But they're now selling the weird Barbie. No, the whole point of it is that you took Beach Barbie and you messed
You
with her
made her.
hair and you
Right.
put makeup on it. Right, exactly. She was, she was your own creation. And here they're actually selling a completed weird Barbie.
Yeah.
And that's not even the point.
Yeah, no, but you're right on that. And they don't understand their clientele. Now, some women will buy that, but girls won't buy that. And I will not let my girls see it until they're a little bit older, because I was told a couple things about it. So I don't know if that's smart to do or not. Like right now we're on a Moana kick and my son freaking loves it. And you know what? That's okay, because Moana rocks. Like, you want to talk about a Disney princess? She freaking rocks. She's Moana, man.
Mr. Bojan.
I hear they're
Moana. I
already
haven't
talking
seen it.
about doing like a live action remake of that movie, and that movie just came out like 6 years ago.
Yeah, dude, they're ridiculous. I'm sorry, Tina. What did you say? The men love stepping all over you.
No, I was saying Mr. Bojan, like.
And another
Moana.
thing,
You're such a dick. I knew you were going to do that.
When are we gonna get Good Take Bojan to come on?
I don't. Yeah, good
I
take.
keep trying. I keep trying, and he's just like, I don't know.
Nah,
I think
it's
maybe
not
he's trying
woke.
to get that job first before he wants to, do anything else on social media.
I disagree that Moana's woke.
I don't
mean,
think it's woke. It's probably pagan, but it's not woke.
Oh, it's definitely pagan, dude.
Yeah,
Come on.
come on.
I mean, if you want to talk about that, yeah, it's definitely pagan. But I mean, it's all about a chieftain's daughter. He has no male heir, so she is the next in charge, and she goes out and conquers the ocean and brings the heart back. Brings the heart back. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story. And I gotta say, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Maui is freaking awesome. I love him.
But he's cast in live action just to bring people to watch it, because otherwise no one would watch a live action.
And I
version.
believe he is doing it, right? They are remaking this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He better get fat ripped. I'll be
Nah, he ain't
really
gonna get fat.
stoked.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. He better.
He has to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. He can't get fat right now.
He's
I saw that he's
times
back
bigger. He's 5 times bigger than he was when he was in his early
Actually
20s when he
wrestling.
first got in. Yeah, when he was Rocky Maivia.
Right.
Well, it's funny. Like, not only that, go back to like seeing pictures of The Rock in like 2008, like the one that just got done doing like Doom and the Tooth Fairy, and like he got smaller then when he was doing acting, and then all of a sudden somewhere around like Tooth Fairy and like Pain and Gain, like he gained like 50 pounds of muscle.
He was like, "What is this? Stem cells and human growth
I hope I
hormones?"
have that early 40s puberty, second puberty.
I do
spike,
too.
You know?
Yeah. I do. You know what?
HGH.
Again,
well, I'll tell you
Maui,
what, it
she
really
wouldn't have
doesn't
got
happen
there.
that fast, buddy, because I'm pushing 50. It ain't worked for me yet.
You know what it is? And I think Joe Rogan said it the best. He's like, and I'm one of those people that stopped working out, and he's like, if you stop, it just never comes back the way it was. But if you just keep going, like you can keep it up. And also, if you make $250 million, you can probably do it.
And you can afford like HGH.
I just eat elk.
Yeah, you have dietary cooks or whatever that.
Well, the biggest thing
muted,
is
but...
the biggest thing to that is exactly it's your cooking.
Yeah.
Am I muted?
No, you're not muted. We can hear you.
You're delayed though.
We can hear you.
Oh.
All right,
I'm
say
delayed.
one.
That's what it is.
Okay, you're good now.
Okay, you're a little off, but not bad.
Is the loneliest number.
So when you start talking, we'll all stop. So just keep talking. Don't worry. Mostly,
but you know what I'm doing? I want to exit out and come back in a different.
All right, do that, man.
I'll be right back.
Damage and I, everybody. Yeah. All right. Back to our fabulous director, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy.
Or so I like to call
And by the way, it's not always a bad idea to bring in new directors that have little experience. Look at the Russo brothers. They were working on Community.
Right.
But you can see their talent.
Exactly. It was something in the field of a TV series. Like they gave this director, I swear, they only gave her those episodes of Miss Marvel so they can say she has done something in this realm.
I mean,
believe
I
that.
agree with that, but at the same time, like the Russo brothers, especially over like the last 10 years or so that they've really tried to do this, has been more of an exception to the rule than the rule
True.
itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean,
When
like
you're
there
just
is the
bringing in-
possibility.
When you're just bringing in people who did like 2 episodes of Rick and Morty, it's like, oh, we're gonna give you a feature film. It's like it doesn't exactly.
Not even a
end very
feature
well.
film. We're gonna let you write and direct. Like
Mhm.
that writers room got like freaking picked.
Remember, like where Hollywood used to work, where Hollywood would give you know what? Hey, here's this movie. It has like a $20 million budget. Let's see what you can do with this, and then you can work your way up to the $250 million films. And now it's just like, oh, you did an episode of She-Hulk. Oh, here you go.
Yeah. Oh, talk about She-Hulk. Everybody's saying that broad got fired. No more She-Hulk. I don't know how true that is, but
Well, I mean, her co-star went and did another TV show on CBS now. So I mean, I figured it was over already based on that. I mean,
I don't know.
It is possible to find people in other media and bring them in. Like Antoine Fuqua, they found him when he was directing. Antoine Fuqua.
Okay.
When he was directing music videos, he directed the Gangster's Paradise video with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he did Replacement Killers that John Woo produced, right?
Yep.
And then he went on to Training Day. He worked on Training Day.
What about the dude who did Aquaman? He came from a different. Didn't he come from?
Oh
the same thing? John Woo?
No, John Woo. No.
Oh no, yeah, you just said
he's New Zealand or Australian, and it throws you off. Because you look at him.
Asian.
Yeah, and then he speaks. You're like, oh my god, I'm not racist, but that gets I wasn't
One of the
expecting
coolest-
him. Yeah.
One of the coolest things I've ever seen is an Asian dude with a Texan, like a hard Texan accent, or
really?
Scottish. And you're all of a sudden see this Asian guy's like, "Can I take your order?" Okay, I don't know if that was Scottish.
What was that? What
I don't know what the
Which
hell
one
I
was
just
that?
did. I don't know which one that was.
it was something like a pirate and like Scottish
could've
mixed
been-
into one, like Sherman Timber or something like that. Like
You may.
Damn. What is? Oh, James Wan. There you go. Thanks, Andre.
James Wan. Oh, you know who it is? It's James Wan.
Yeah, James Wan.
Yeah.
glad you figured
He
that
was
out
like,
for us.
yeah,
totally
when
did.
I meet
You know, based on-
Aquaman, I was like, what is happening? Broke my mind. Not in a racist way, but I just wasn't expecting.
No, it was.
You know?
I mean, it's prejudice way, but that's fine.
Well, no, it's stereo. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look. Our great friend Soul Assassin just sent me a little quip. I just said quip of some Disney shills that are a little upset with people like us that are talking about this director. Let's just see what they have to say.
Oh God, this.
I swear to God, men, reach down into your pants, find your fucking balls and your cock, and be okay with it.
oh, this is gonna make
Have you
people
ever
want to
met a
spend their
dude-
money.
But have you ever found a dude who was who like cock and balls? First of all, it's cock and balls, not balls and cock. And second, like he seems so awkward even saying that reach down and grab your balls. They're balls, right? And you're
First of
It's
all,
shameful that he's a veteran because he uses that shit as a shield.
First of all, the irony that this is I'm going to assume 40-year-old man with action figures and toys behind him, yelling at his camera, telling other people to be a man. It's just peak hilarity. Like you don't even have to say any more than that right there.
Be a man, dude.
But here's the deal, though. He's not saying be a man. It sounds like he's saying get your balls in cock because that's something we say, right, fellas?
Yeah, we
and
all
then
say
hand it
balls
over
and
to
cock.
the women.
Yeah, let's hear what he has to say.
Your cock and be okay with it. We
See,
can
be
take
okay
a
with
woman.
women.
So wait a minute. Just is it part of the same sentence? Listen how he says it. Does he say reach down and grab your balls and cock, period, and then be okay with women? Like, is he just telling us to grab ourselves and then also be okay with women, or is it one sentence, like one idea? Listen to how he says it.
Fucking balls and your cock and be okay with it. We can take a woman directing a film in Star Wars and live. We're all gonna fucking survive. I swear to God, you guys want to come off like you're tough motherfuckers, and you're a bunch of wusses. Finally,
Wusses?
a woman.
You're a bunch of wusses. But
By the way,
Yeah.
I mean,
now watch my
he's
Yu Yu
speaking of
Hakusho box behind me here as I say this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous because he's saying this, and I'm like, motherfucker, you talking about yourself right now?
Yeah, exactly. Is this about manhood or is it about getting the right person for the job? Like, I'm so sick of oh, I'm a woman.
So-
Oh, I'm this or I'm that. Just get
well-
the best person for the job, Damaj. Come on.
So here's the biggest problem I'm seeing with all of this is this whole concept in general with Hollywood, where we lead with the thing that's obvious. So if you look at me, you can tell, hey, I'm kind of brown. So when you look at that lady, you can say, okay, well, we see you're brown. We don't need you to tell us this because, hey, here's a newsflash. We were doing diversity and inclusion a lot, probably when most of you weren't even born. I remember different strokes, okay? So I've been around when we've been doing the whole inclusion stuff, and you're not breaking any ground right now. So the thing is not about her being a woman. The thing is about her is A, she's not a filmmaker. Her words, not ours. B, her. So again, I will say this because I did mention this on my channel earlier. So the fact that she's saying all the stuff about making men uncomfortable and all that stuff like that, Critical Jingle made up a good point. He said she said that stuff prior to being hired.
That was
Disney,
like 7 years ago, man.
So
and she was talking about Pakistani men that were like mutilating girls. So she had a right to say that.
100%. Here's the deal. Got no problem with that. Here's the deal. Is she the right fit for Star Wars? And think about this here. Regardless, let's just take her out of it. Make a brown
just say,
person.
is this director the right person?
Make a brown person that's a man say the same thing, regardless if it was 7 years ago or not. Is he hired by Disney?
Yep.
No, I'm saying the question is, will he
No,
be hired by
of
Disney?
course not.
Exactly. That's the point. The point of it is that the Star Wars has been being run by a female who has all these agenda-based thoughts and ideologies.
Yeah.
And she hired that woman specifically for the things that she said before, which is not the right match for Star Wars.
Again, it's for her ideology.
You can make nobody got a problem with you make 1,000 movies. I don't care. Just don't make a Star Wars movie.
Right.
Simple as that.
Two things I just want to point out. He does look like the Campia 2.0. Who said that? Andre. And then Zach's, it's not the gingered haired friend. It's Dudley. Dudley gets diddled in the back of the bike shop. Come on, dude. They played like something tight in the water. Don't you know anything? God, different strokes. Anyways,
different folks.
Yeah, dude, that episode. I'm old enough to remember.
I remember it too.
I remember fucked me up, dude.
I remember my grandmother having a conversation with me after.
No, they didn't get kidnapped. Like the bike shop guy gave him candy, and then he had him in the bathroom looking at nudie mags.
I'm not kidnapped, but they was trying to be assaulted, whatever.
Yeah,
and he tried to.
Wait, they were trying to be?
Dana back in the day.
No, they weren't trying to be. They got assaulted.
No, this was too much, and
they asked for it.
Yeah, they were asking for it. You don't go into the back of a bike shop if you're not thinking, if you're not expecting
you're
a dick.
Out.
Yeah,
come on, man.
That was a rough episode even for me too. That made me feel
man.
That was.
I'm 47, and Dudley. I couldn't look him in the eyes after that. I was like, Dudley, you made a mistake. All right, let's finish with Del Roche or whatever this guy's name is, who looks like also Chen or whatever that guy's name is on the Young Turks.
Finally, a woman gets to direct a theatrical feature in Star Wars with Rey.
Okay, right there again. Finally. Why finally? What? If a woman deserves it, fine. But I just want the best director. I'm so sick and tired of this shit. Like, there is enough women at Lucasfilm.
Just let the unregistered sex offender tell us how we're bad for not liking this female director.
Did he know Dudley?
Here's the deal. Here's the thing that makes it even more crazy than that. We literally had this movie a month ago, and how well did that work? Because the Marvels was everything that this movie is supposed to be.
Right.
It was the first. It had the female everything, and guess how well that movie did? It didn't do good at all.
It's terrible.
I'm telling you right now. To be fair, I want them to make this movie. This is free content.
Oh, I can't wait
for everybody on this panel. Free content. I cannot listen. I keep saying I want. Let's make it even better. I want her to direct one. I want Rian Johnson and I want Brie Larson all to work together. Put them all in Star Wars, please. Do it for me. And if you want to add Dan and Dave, add them too. Put them all in there.
I mean, it's just I don't know if I'm getting this across. So make sure there's this woman idea, the idea of a woman like that. That's what's bothering me now. It's like, I don't care if you're the first female, whatever. Like, there are so many women that work at Lucasfilm in high levels. Their writing room, the president, directors of series, showrunner of the Acolytes is a woman. Like, this idea that like we finally got a woman. It's like, well, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Like, we have gotten past that. This fucking checking boxes.
Here's the problem.
It just is ridiculous.
It
man.
matters to them and literally no one else. So they get upset when you don't care as much as they care about, oh, we got the first woman, we got the first black guy, we got the first Hispanic guy, we got the first non-binary, blah, 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 blah. They get upset because in their minds, you should care as much as they care. And if you don't care, then somehow the problem is you.
Well, no, it's not even that. I think half the time I feel like, and it's one of those things she thinks she has to say. Like, hey, it's a woman finally directing.
Remember,
okay,
she's casted as a director, not hired. They're cast.
Right. She was casted as the director. You're absolutely right.
She's saying exactly what they want them to say, and that's basically it. You know, it's the same. It's the same problem we have when they try to bring up the whole, the pigmentation war that we're constantly having that we should be way past by now.
Right.
But it's like they want it to be what they say it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They want that, so they keep putting it into the ether, expecting it to be, but no, nobody's playing the game. So what they do is when we say, hey, this is bad, then they have to be that, we're saying it's bad. When I say anything bad about her, we say your concept of Star Wars is bad. This movie is going to be bad. But then what they do in turn, they say, oh, well, you guys are instant phobes and Yassi's all this, because they need us to be the villain. All we're telling you is, I'm not giving you a rat cent.
No,
that's all I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. You can do what you want. I'm just not going to give you no money.
Here's the reality of the situation. They can cope with this however they need, but this is what the numbers say. You had everyone with the first Disney Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, right? That movie made about $2 billion at the box office. You had, at the very least, the interest of everyone when that film came out. Over the course of the next 4 years, we're talking about really a 4-year period here. You put out The Last Jedi, you pretty much destroyed the fan base with that film. Absolutely fractured and destroyed the fan base, never recovered. And then you came out with the last film, Rise of Skywalker, just 4 years afterwards, and that film barely made $1 billion. So you lost a whole ton of audience interest and literally money, funds into that film in the course of 4 years because of how badly you have destroyed this thing. And what have you guys decided to do? Okay, let's bring back the girl who audiences already rejected several years ago and then do a new trilogy about her, and let's go even further with the progressivism than we did just 10 years prior when people have already said we don't want this. So essentially you're doubling down and saying that no, we're going to go even further and lose even more money, and we don't care at this point.
I hope Reverend Jim is right. And George Lucas in the house, everybody. Whoa! Now
you should have sold to somebody else.
Yeah, no, he got
sold it to me. I would have done much better. I would have made the EU live, baby.
You know what? I want to see the Saudis buy Star Wars. I want to see the first Star Wars movie owned by the Saudis. That's what I want to see.
Do you know how I would if George would have sold it to me for like $1? I can't afford what the fuck Disney paid. But anyway, let's say I get it from him. You know how I know I would make it better? Because I know I couldn't. So I would hire people who could, because I am aware of my where I lack skill, and I lack skill in things I've never done, like movies.
Right. Or putting yourself out of fire.
But once again, you have the mindset of someone who just wants to make a good movie. And I'm telling you, these people are not under the guise of we just need to make a good movie. Like, they only care about propagating their message through the movie. That's all they care about. They don't care about entertaining you for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. More Tuscans and their plight. Let's do a movie on that. They
actually could do that though. That would lead right into Darth Crate. Darth Crate is a Tuscan. That would have been beautiful.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Is that Chewbacca or
that was my Tuscan Chewbacca? If he was a Tuscan.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
do that again.
Yeah, I won't do that again, and I will never get to direct the movie now. But and I don't know, Damaj, what do you think about this? Like they've been planning this Rey movie for a while. So what Disney did. Disney, not just Lucasfilm or Marvel. They were like, okay, Marvel, you have Miss Marvel coming up. She's Pakistani. Take this documentary director that we want to do a full-length movie. Have her do 2 episodes with Miss Marvel. So any of these haters that come after her saying she's never done anything, we could say, well, look at this. She's done 2 episodes of Miss Marvel. I really think that's the only reason they did that. They gave her the 2 episodes because she was a well-known Pakistani woman, but I know they already had it planned for her to have a full-length movie, either in Marvel or Disney. It just turned out to be Disney.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sounds
you're right.
about right. Again, this is look. You gotta understand. These people are not stupid.
Mm.
They're arrogant.
I mean, this one is.
They're cocky,
Yeah,
but
this
they're not stupid.
Yeah.
They're not stupid at all. They know exactly what they're doing. The thing that gets me is that they are literally doing a Joker meme where it's not about the money, it's about sending the message.
Well,
and I don't understand how. Like, it's literally the Joker meme where he burns
yeah.
all that stack of money. That's what
Yeah.
they might as well be doing.
Yeah.
With everything they do with these projects they're putting out. And I'm like I said, listen, you can say what you want. All I want to tell you at the end of the day is just not getting my money. I got other things I could be put my money into. So I'm just not
my conspiracy theory is that Kathleen Kennedy is pulling a major league where she is trying to devalue Lucasfilm to the point to where she could outright buy it from Disney.
And everyone has like John Favreau with her in like a dress and he's peeling off, the
But I mean, look, we laugh at that idea, but at the same time, like
it can
from a normal person's perspective, there's no way you can justify the moves that she's making on any kind of like basis of business. So you have to think to yourself, is she intentionally like calling her shot with Bob Iger saying, I dare you to fire me so I can make myself a victim in the media? Is she basically saying that, this is what I'm going to be doing now? If Bob Iger really wants to get rid of me, then it's his call. So it's like, is there some kind of like power struggle going on between her and Iger that we don't know about? That is why she's doing this in the first place?
She knows where the bodies are buried. She knows where the bodies are buried. That's number one.
Definite. Number one, she definitely does.
She
and
knows
I
the
think there
bodies
was
are buried.
something in the deal with the sale that keeps her in that seat for a certain amount of time.
I think it's a couple things. I think she knows where the bodies are buried and she knows flight logs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Which, it makes more sense than anything she's done creatively, right?
Yeah.
Let's just finish this dude's comments.
A woman gets to direct a theatrical feature in Star Wars with Rey, with other women leading the way. And there's nothing fucking wrong with that. I swear to God.
He's right.
Reach down into your pants, find your fucking balls.
Oh, we're going
your
back.
cock.
Okay. Find your balls.
Okay, can I just say, this guy here, his antagonistic projection of bravado is granted of his lack. You know what I mean? It's so much that you instantly know that's not you. That's not
real.
You, bro.
No. And look at his boy.
That ain't
Jeff.
you at
He's
the house.
doing like oh my God, what is he doing? Like, why is he doing this? This isn't you, man.
If you was to take away the nonsense that he's spewing, he's right. There isn't nothing wrong with that.
No, we all agree on that, though.
If you had the proper person doing the job.
This
is
the
woman
problem.
is not the person doing the job.
But
she's not.
This is the problem. He's making content on the lie. The lie is we hate her because she's a woman. Not because she doesn't have any background, not because she seems arrogant about it. It's because she's a woman. And
they're
also a movie none of us want to see.
They're pretending like we don't live in a universe where we haven't seen this agenda play out live and in person for the last 10 years. They're pretending like people are just making up these sermons about Disney out of nothing. Like, oh, we're just making movies here. You guys are getting mad at us. What's the big deal? It's like, no, we see what you guys are doing. And the second you guys are called out on, it's like, oh, you must just hate women. It's like, that's the only logical explanation I can come to.
Yeah. You're too good for us now, Mr. Grant Gregory.
Oh, by the way, just to answer that one question, why would you want to buy a dead franchise? Star Wars wasn't dead when George bought it. I mean, sold it. It was. If anything, it was plateaued because we hadn't had any movies in a while. Right. But it was plateaued.
People were hungry.
Yeah, you could.
Well, we just said the Force Awakens made $2 billion.
Exactly,
There was
it made $2 billion based off of the fact that we wanted a new movie.
Right,
just
and
think
we
about it.
all
Just
walked
keep
out
it-
of it going, "It's fine." That movie was good, right?
5 years,
right?
You keep it dormant for 5 years. You're able to buy Lucasfilm from Disney. You keep it dormant for 5 years, just 5 years, and you slowly start building it up until you hit that. But you do it with quality. I mean, you're
And an
talking
animated
within
series.
a couple of years, that shit's gonna be right back on top if you do it right.
Well, here's the
at this
problem.
point-
It's already been 5 years since the last movie, and now
Exactly.
they're just telling us that they're going to keep doing the same thing that we've already been doing that didn't work.
No, but they're making content
They
Disney
are doing Disney
Plus.
Plus too. Yeah. So I get what you're saying, Matt. But the thing is, they need this cold turkey. We're not doing anything. Don't mention Star Wars again. Just put it away. Just like that. Hey, look at the Jangling Kings over there. Do something else, right? Leave Star Wars alone for 10 years. It's not. You need 10 years of a break right now, like nothing. and then maybe put out a comic or two, just something, right? And here's what I would do if I was them. I'd just say, 10 years, nothing, and then after that 10 years, you have private casting calls. Don't tell anybody what's coming, and then they get shot. Here's a new Star Wars movie. That's what should happen. Don't tell me. I don't want to know who's the director. I want unnamed actors and actresses. I don't care who the director is.
Yeah.
I just want somebody who knows Star Wars, cares about the property, and want to give us a good. And by the way, I'll be the first one to tell you, if you was to give me a Jaina Solo with Alana Solo as her apprentice and do that story, and you built it off of that, I don't think there's anybody in the fandom who would not have wanted that. I'm just saying, if you wanted to have a popular female character,
now or back then? Because now you do not want your first.
No, I don't want
movie.
them. No. They can't do it anyway because they screwed it up. They don't have Alana doesn't exist now. But the thing is, if they did that, you would have had your female. Look, you could have had Luke as the Grandmaster and leave, and you didn't have to have him fight anybody. He could have just played the role like Yoda, right? And have Jaina be the new focal point, and of course her new apprentice, right? You could have started it right after the Legacy of the Force series, right? And just go from there. I thought Daisy was gonna be Jaina. That's what everybody thought. When I first saw, you had Adam Driver and her. So, okay, you're gonna do Jason and Jaina. That's what I thought. I thought that's what we were getting, but no, we went totally different than that.
So look, here's the reality of the situation. The only way you're going to save this, you got to go two directions here. Either you can go full blown heel turn Rey for this new trilogy.
Should have done it in the last one.
Or you try to repair your relationship with the male fan base and do something like this, because those are your only two options. So which one are you going to
understand men at all? No.
Ooh, boobs.
Yeah, maybe if they were on a bro. Anyway, so
you gotta stop that. You gotta stop it, bud. Stop it.
So the issue is no matter what, you can't decanonize the Disney trilogy. Because it's too prevalent.
It's shot.
Yeah. So you have to somehow work around the bullshit that they did, either by going far back enough to where nothing you do matters in the long run. But that's still going to leave issue. You
got to go forward.
Yeah.
You got to go
You
forward.
remember how I thought Dave Filoni got hired. Dave Filoni and what's his name? Favreau got hired to change it. They were going to go around it. They were going to push Kathleen Kennedy out, and they were going to do a branch timeline, and they were going to change everything. Remember, they weren't shills. They weren't, company men. Oh, look at it now.
Until they got paid.
And he was like, "This is a nice job. I kind of like this."
So
it's
the bill, y'all.
The way I see it now, if you obviously I would have liked to have a Jaina focused series, but let's just say for right now, Star Wars is effed up now, right? Great.
Yeah.
So what they do is they do exactly what I said, and is go forward, vault it for 10 years, but when they bring it back, they have their out. Their out is their little baby doll they love to push is Grogu. That be you can go 500 years in the future.
Kids love him.
Right?
Yep.
500 years in the future, and you can still use him because they're long lived. So you can start from there and go forward, and that'll be your only connective tissue to what George did, but then have your own story.
And he's like the master of the new Jedi Temple.
Oh, and whenever he talks about what happened,
Jedi Temple, I'd have him be a freaking Mandalorian. Stick with what you got.
I really thought they were going to give a Mandalorian helmet in this last one.
They should have did that.
In my review video or whatever, I even made a joke about it. If they don't get his Mandalorian helmet by the end of this season, I was getting all pissed about it. But I do like that. And what could also help is when Baby Yoda Grogu is speaking about his experience, it's almost mythical. So that way you can acknowledge what has come before.
Exactly.
But make it more into a myth. Like, remember the end of Mass Effect 3 where the dad is talking to the son? Yeah, it is kind of like, well, this is,
I mean, you can even look back and talk about this powerful, almost self-taught Jedi Rey, but talk about it in some other world, like not even of what the movies went over. Talk about her other exploits, and then
they can actually
just
talk
leave
about.
Just
they could talk about her new Jedi Order.
Yeah.
They could bring that because
Well,
you're talking 500 years in the future.
Yep.
That's a lot of time, right?
Yeah, and that Jedi Order has been corrupted by blah 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 blah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
There's a dark presence again.
Yeah, and there's your
No,
Yeah.
and
There you go.
and you know what needs to happen for real though, for real. You need to have a point in time in the galaxy where the quote unquote, I want to say empire because we don't have the empire anymore, but the Sith win. Just say the Sith won.
Yeah,
and it could be 500 years, and that's why he's a Mandalorian and he's doing bounty hunts and all this stuff. He still he knows how to do all the stuff he does, but there's no practice.
He hides Jedi. He hides that Jedi side of him. Yeah, he has to be. He's only going to be the size of Yoda. A little bit bigger with the Mandalorian helmet, but he's more like he has a scar, you know?
Yeah. And he's like Rooster Cogburn, like from True Grit. Just this old battle-tested Western gunslinger. Yeah,
and he's bringing around a little girl who's like, I want you to kill this
his
man.
beard is at the bottom of the Mandalorian helmet. And it's gray.
God, dude, that would be so dope.
And
he's all
jacked. We're giving him money right now. We're giving you money, Disney, right now.
Yeah, we just made it.
We just gave you money, and you're not going to listen to us, but that's all right. Yeah. And speaking of, I'm glad you brought up Mass Effect, and I do want to say my biggest giant pet peeve, other than the fact that that the whole Baby Yoda thing leads into the whole forces female thing because it's a baby doll. They literally made that. They put a baby doll and tried to market it in the Star Wars brand. Yeah. But the problem I have with him is that his age and the way that they do the age of them, because at 50 there is zero race, zero species that will be able to be in an infant status for 50 years. Zero. Well, that doesn't even make
he's
any
not an
evolution.
infant though. He's traumatized.
No bullshit.
He's a baby.
There has been zero cognitive gain by this Baby Yoda. He is the same as he was when we first came across him.
Exactly.
Like, you know what? No offense. Baby Grogu didn't get the Master Anakin. Well, Skywalker, what should we do? Like, he didn't get fucking slayed by Darth
Apparently
Vader.
2/3 of the Jedi fucking survived.
I mean, what's her name? Riva got one right through the gut.
Like she got stabbed 3 times by Vader.
Yeah, so man up, Grogu.
She did the what was that?
Hood
Monty
ass
Python?
shit.
Like, oh, it's just a mere scratch.
It's a flesh wound.
That's some hood shit, though. You get stabbed 3 times and you're still walking around with cornrows. I don't know if she had cornrows, but I'm just saying.
She did, I think.
But you got listen. Just on that fact, real fast. Listen, the lightsaber is not light. It is a plasma. It's actual plasma. Heated plasma. You're talking about several thousand degrees of plasma. If that thing touches you, I mean, like if obviously a skilled Jedi, you can graze somebody and it will cut you, right? I mean, like Obi-Wan got his leg grazed, but that's only because Dooku was showing pity on him, but he cut Anakin's arm right off. Yeah. That thing is a deadly weapon. You don't stab somebody in the stomach and they walk that off. That's melting your insides.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Robot Head about this when it came out or whatever, and I was talking about how I could not imagine all of the pain I felt being burnt on the outside, but internalized. You know what I mean?
God. Dude,
the agony that I was in, but have that inside of me, that is your mind would break.
They just sealed her intestines. Like, literally, it cauterizes everything. It's just burnt, dude. It is sealed, no blood, nothing. But you just cut any organ, it's gone. It is fucking atomized. It's gone.
This right here was just
that's a burn.
Stove. It was just a
stove that got me. I told you not to spill the milk.
Could you imagine getting cut with a lightsaber with that? Come on, man. Yeah. That's a permanent scar I got there just from the stove. That's what like maybe 350 degrees. The freaking lightsaber is thousands of degrees. So
I got to get going, but before I do, the other I think it was Christmas. The girlfriend burnt her finger or whatever, trying to take something out of the oven or some shit like that, and she was like, "Oh, it burned so bad." I'm like, "Really? You want to tell me more about your burn?"
Ouch.
You're such a dick. That is awesome. You could play that card every time. I
brought it up all day. When we got to her parents,
so, hey, before you go, I just wanted to bring up one thing, and I was getting to a point. The one thing I would say about
shut up.
because I wanted your point is because you're about to leave. in Mass Effect, it's the right way you're supposed to do the long-lived people. They're supposed to age like how Liara was. Liara in our years would be a 20-year-old, but she was 150. That is how you're supposed to do a long-lived person. But go ahead. That's all I wanted to say before you leave. Because that's how Yoda, baby, Grogu should be. He should
exactly
normally.
Yeah,
but his age limit is like takes forever. So his 50,
well, because in less than 50 years, Yoda was going to be training people at 100.
Exactly.
So,
Yoda had to have been a master.
Yeah.
By 90. So that means in 40 years he's going to go from Goo Goo Gaga to an adult. Come on, man. You got your math ain't mathing.
There's no consistency because he understands and can react and respond to things. Because when he had the robot, he's like, no, yes, or whatever, right? Yeah. So he obviously understands, but then sometimes he's like, I'm just a baby. I'm gonna eat this egg. Yeah. I don't care if they're a fucking endangered species. Anyway, I gotta get going though.
All right, get going. Tell him I said congrats too. Don't tell anybody where you're going. I know where you're going.
No. Have a good night, brother. Be good.
Yeah. Have a good one.
And stop looking at guys, man. Come on, stop looking at guys.
Never. I'm a bro for life. Bye, guys.
That's actually kind of sexy, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's
what him being a bro.
Like I said, this is the only path forward. We have to go full heel turn Ray. She has to go.
I think
like
she should have done that
on like Hogan NWO heel turn. Like this is the only way you can save this franchise.
You ever see what? And Tina, you might remember the guy's channel where he redid the 3 sequels where she turns bad and what's his name goes good again, or opposite, she is the bad one and Ben Solo is the good guy. He like remakes these movies. It's freaking really good. I can't remember the dude's channel though, but he's really good at like he redid these 3 sequel movies and it turned out pretty good. The idea that she was never actually good. She was on the dark side, but slowly came to the light. While he got,
they kind of did like a Star Killer thing.
Yeah. And she and Ben Solo kind of slipped to the dark side, and then it was saving each other. It was an interesting way. I can't remember the guy's YouTube channel, but it was pretty good. But all right, so enough with Star Wars though. Let's talk Echo, guys.
Back to that thing.
Was that bad that I said let's talk Echo? Because she kind of. Anyways, yeah, we're going to talk about the deaf superhero. That's actually a deaf actress who tries to do fight scenes. Being deaf must be kind of hard.
She's a deaf, one-legged Native American, possibly lesbian superhero. And they got an actual deaf, one-legged Native American, possibly lesbian woman to play the superhero.
They don't know what acting means. They don't know what that means. Acting doesn't mean you have to be the thing that you are to act. Right. I'm just saying.
Right. Like nowadays, like straight white man can't play gay. You can't do no one can play a character, which is weird because a lot of male actors play straight male actors. And
I mean, listen,
are they straight?
Doogie Howser, what's his name?
Dude, Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, he played the whole time How I Met Your Mother. I had no idea he was gay.
Oh, dude,
Zero.
One of the greatest acting jobs. Yeah. I mean, he was one of the funnest, like male chauvinist, like truly just womanizing character. And even when people found out he was gay, it didn't change what we thought of him as the actor. Job. He's a great actor. I freaking love
same thing with Gandalf. Right?
Oh yeah,
nobody cared that he's gay. He did it because that's the biggest thing, and that's the thing I always say. No, geekdom fandom, like the actual true geeks. Now,
we don't.
Here's the deal. Anybody who didn't get a wedgie or anything like that when they were younger, you don't count. That's how I feel about that. Okay, right. If you came into the geekdom fandom area when it was cool to do it, you get no love over here. Right. It's cool to be a geek now. It's real cool to do it. When I was a kid, it was not cool. You had to hide that shit. Okay, you wasn't picking up
sports. I didn't tell anybody except for one buddy who was a Star Wars fan. Like my one friend in high school was like athlete, like not as good of an athlete, but athlete / punk / Star Wars fan. And I was able to show my Star Wars freak flag. But other than that, I wasn't telling dudes I was watching cartoons, my sophomore year of high school. Yeah. Like you just got shit for it. But we love what we love. Now it's exactly what you're saying, dude. It's cool to do it. And you find a lot of people that have channels that don't know what the fuck they're talking about because they just became fans in the last 5 or 6 years. And I'm not dissing them, but like you could tell people that truly like you, oh my God, all the guys on the Dark Council, those guys are true geeks. They really are. Geeks or nerds? I think nerds is a cooler one. Nerds are kind of dorky, so I guess we're geeks. We're geeks, more geeks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
so to that respect, it's not that you don't want to get fresh blood in there. Of course you want to, right? You want to get some new people to come in. So it's never been a thing about quote unquote gatekeeping. Although at this point in hindsight, we kind of should have done that.
We should have, like, yeah.
But
Lord of the Rings style, like
Yeah.
that society did a little gatekeeping, and they
Yeah,
did it
so-
because they wanted intelligent people in there. I get it.
correct. So
we should have treat them like how North Korea treats someone trying to escape their country.
But
Yeah,
so again, to my point, like I said this before, I said it 1,000 times. At no point, as little Damaj and I, growing
Mhm.
up, had I known a girl, which I knew a few of them,
Mhm.
but it was very, very, very few and far
Oh,
between.
dude.
When
So
you
hot
found
when
a
a girl
girl
like
who
that.
was not only into the geek stuff, but
Yep.
cute too.
Yep.
It was no way that
Yep.
you were going to tell that girl not to come and join you. Okay.
Uh,
So this whole thing about guys not wanting
100%.
women inside geekdom is
Nope.
bullshit. Okay. It's absolute trash. That's
Uh,
never been the case. However, when I
However,
get somebody who says, I never was a movie director, and I want to make, and even though I know it's from the past, and I want to
Yeah.
make men feel uncomfortable, and I'm
Yeah.
totally ignoring the fact that women have already been involved in Star Wars, and that's going to be the thing I'm leading with. Yeah, I'm going to give you a little pushback on that. I'm
Yeah.
going to give
Or
you a
like-
little pushback on that.
I wanted to make like a Sex in the City, but they gave me She-Hulk, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the woman who did Batman, the Batman run where Batman's Asian, like half Asian, and she literally put
Oh,
herself in there. And Bruce
the
Wayne
comic
isn't
one?
the rich. Yeah. It's a comic run where the Wayne
Yeah.
family wasn't the rich one.
Mhm.
Like you totally are taking everything out of this character. Why don't you just completely create something new? Because they have no clue how to do that. They only know how to hijack what we love. They don't know how to create what we love. And that's what I've come to realize, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's about their ideology. No, that's part of it. The truth is they want to be successful, but they don't know anything about fandom. So they hijack what we love and just do what they already wanted to do. And they
Well,
make
where
shitty.
are all the
fucking
women?
material. No,
Where
no,
are
Tina.
all the women that
Tina.
like? Where are all the women that liked that shit? I mean, when I was playing D&D in 1980 something or other, I mean, we were the hot elf, we were the hot mage, we were the hot warrior. I mean,
Yep.
we made up characters just like the guys did, and hey, we drew them with big boobs and small
Yep.
waists because
Yep.
that's what
Mockney
we saw in
style.
our comic.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what we saw in our comic books too. And there
Yeah.
were plenty of us. I went to an all-girls school, and we weren't all lesbians.
Right.
I mean,
right.
there were definitely
Dude.
plenty of us that were dating at that age. I wasn't, but that's okay.
Well, a girl I was friendly with, Tina was in high school. I found out like 5 years after high school, she loved the Lord of the Rings. And I was just like, I wish I knew that in high school.
Yeah,
like,
right.
like, oh my
Mhm.
God, we would have been so tight, but whatever. But go on. I'm sorry, Tina.
We were all in theater together, and maybe that's what it was, because we weren't athletes, so we shared our geekness amongst the theater crowd. But we were the first ones that were watching Married with Children. We were the ones that were watching the animated series from our childhood, again on VHS tape. I mean, we had sleepover parties watching this nerdness.
Yep.
And 1980s was the perfect time to experience being a nerd, I think.
It was
So-
early 90s, 80s. You know what it is?
Yeah.
It was, now it's trendy. It's trendy.
Exactly.
Right.
It's
Or you
trendy
can make
and it's
money.
cool to do it. Yes.
Or you get like the cosplays girls. A lot of them, like there's a couple that are gorgeous and are fans. You could tell they're fans. Others, they just do it because they know they look really good in a
Mhm.
dirty.
and I'm
Rey
not
outfit.
and I'm not mad at him for it,
I ain't
'cause I
mad
am
at
a
him,
man
no.
of culture. I am
Yes,
a man
me
of
too.
culture.
I'm open-minded when it comes to that. Theater kids, get them, Spencer. More than welcome.
Hey,
to come
real
on,
sorry.
Spencer.
Funny you said that. So my little brother always makes a joke about this, because I told him because I'm the oldest. So when I was in junior high school, like my sibling younger next to me is my sister, so she was doing her own thing. So it was just me going to junior high school, and we had freshman day, and this is in Brooklyn, and it was literally some shit that was out of like an after school special. They had on freshman day. I come out of the school, and I look right, and it's like a whole block full of like the juniors and seniors, and they're like, "Get them!" That's what made me think of that. And I ran right, and I tripped and fell.
Oh
and
no!
Like they all started laughing at me, and I just got up and ran again. Like the fact that I fell was what saved me, because they all started laughing. While they were laughing, I got up and ran. But that reminded me of that.
It's like one of the.
I was old school freshman where like they threw pennies at you in real life. I mean, that wasn't just the stereotype that you heard from your parents. I mean, they threw pennies at us.
It could be like Dazed and Confused, going after people with paddles.
Exactly.
A little bit of
argue
bullying.
We didn't go far enough.
A little bit of bullying, hazing. You know what?
Happened.
We missed that. I think a generation and a half got away with not getting that. And now everyone thinks that what they say is important. I don't give a shit. Half of the majority of people say. I really don't care. But everyone now with social media, and these kids never were bullied, so they don't care what they say on social media. Yeah. It's like they think they're important. You're not. You're not important. No, I don't need to know your political views while you're eating a ham sandwich, because they're always eating something. I don't know that either. Why? What is that? What is that? I'm so old.
It's like that one meme where Mike Tyson says social media got people comfortable instead of getting punched in the face, something like that.
Yes.
I'm paraphrasing a little bit.
That's
what social media did.
Yep. Have you anybody here been punched in the face? Multiple times. I got a punchable face.
Anyone else here done some punching to the face?
Yeah,
before?
yeah, too.
This gap right here.
Yep.
I got jumped on the train.
Ooh, I've been jumped too. Yay!
This right here. So like everything from here underneath I had to get stitched. This all stitched up. This is pushed back. So they had to like readjust my.
Ooh, they got
gums.
you good. Holy
they had to readjust my gums. So and they had to trim this tooth down. This tooth, because the tooth was hanging low, so the tooth had to get filed down in order for it. But yeah,
I got jumped in.
I had some fights
Pennsylvania.
too, but
I got jumped in Ponksy.
Really?
Like the groundhog. Yeah, I got jumped there in a fucking farmhouse. They ripped out the phone lines. This is going back in the 90s. So when they ripped out the phone lines, I'm like, we're dead. We're fucking dead. Like, you want to talk stereotypical, like white, we're gonna kill you, boy. I was like, oh my God, I'm only half Italian. Like, I'm white too. Please don't kill me. Yeah, they wanted to kill me because we were talking to their women and I had long hair and I looked like a freak. I gotta say,
well, I managed to get out of Chicago without being robbed or shot. So I think I did pretty well.
You know, pretty solid. Went. Don't do that. Not until the show's over.
I've had my fair share of some throwdowns. I think the other than that, getting jump time, but the only so when I was freshman, this is freshman in high school. The other one was freshman in junior high school. The freshman in high school, there was a kid in the basketball team. So this dude was I'm already a short dude. I'm 5'5". So when I was in high school, I was even shorter. So this dude had to probably be about like 6 something. I probably had to been like maybe 5 feet tall at that time, and like. I was talking to my dude about my girl, right? So he got into my conversation like, "Oh, you ain't got no chick." I'm like, "Man, shut up, man." I had some mouth. I was small, I was scrappy. I had some mouth.
You have to.
You had to have some mouth. So I'm walking out. of the freaking, because it was in the locker room. I'm walking out of the locker room. Of course, he took it upon himself because my words hurt his feelings. He punched me in the face, right? Knocked my glasses off, and the thing that made it bad, like. I couldn't reach him because I had no reach, so I had to try to because he had.
I'm shocked.
Over me, right?
I thought you were a little taller than 5'5", man. Because when we met, I'm 5'9", and you're taller than Walton. He's such a liar. He's like, I'm 5'6.5". Yeah, no bullshit. But you're stocky, dude.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, well, that's because after that I started working out every time.
Yeah, you got to.
I'm like, F this. Like,
see, and it changed your life. A little bullying changed your life. We need more of it, guys. We need more of it.
Speaking of a meetup, Dark Council, we are planning on having one.
When is it?
So it's going to be late spring, early summer. Probably like right around school end. So
I'm there, dude. I'm there. Yeah. So please let me know, and I'll make sure everyone knows it's a Dark Council and Sporking News podcast meetup. just so I can jump off your shit. That's how anything you guys come out with, I'm just gonna like redo it with my name on there.
And Sporking.
Yeah, and Sporking. I'm totally doing it too. I haven't been on the Dark Council like 2 years, but you know what? I'm gonna totally make it part of me too. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, so let's get to Echo because
let's do this nightmare.
Now this can someone tell me this was footage leaked? Was it shown to audiences at all? Was it something that they showed?
I think this is actually legit now. I think they probably did one of those. Oh, they leaked it. Now we made it public.
Yeah,
because I thought it was a trailer when I watched it. So I
wait a
don't know
minute.
if it was originally leaked and then they said, "What the hell? We'll just
No, it wasn't leaked. As a highlighted by Discussing Film, whose Twitter did this. A pretty comprehensive sequence involving Echo and Daredevil was broadcast on television. So this was actually a clip on TV showing a bit of it, I guess. I don't know when or why, but this isn't like, oh, we're going to doctor it and make it look better afterwards. This was actually the final product.
This is so bad. Like,
it's terrible.
I thought this was like a dress rehearsal. Like this
feels
like
too.
someone going through like the walkthrough of the scene before they actually film the scene itself.
Yeah. Well, wait for one point. She like freezes her leg because I guess. All right, watch.
Oh yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. So we can actually hear a little bit better. All right. I mean,
so right
there,
just
like he didn't even get hit with the like what?
Well, not even that. It's literally makes a metal cling sound when it bounces off of her head. It's like he hit her with like a stick, and you can like hear like it sounds like a metal on metal.
Hold on, let's
like,
listen. Let's listen. Is that like the music?
Oh God, it didn't even strike her face.
That has to be the music.
I think it's just the music.
By the way, like another pause here. Look at her face throughout a lot of these scenes. She looks like she's cry fighting the entire time. Like that face you make when you're in a fight, you don't want to be in the fight, but you're in it anyway.
Yeah.
And you notice they pan away and she doesn't even complete the backward somersault.
No. They have a lot of light too, so it's harder to see it. Watch this kick coming up. Ready? Not that one. Wait a minute. You're right. It's all clanks. What is that shit?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that kick though, right? All right, listen.
Well, see, here's what happened. We pointed this out. She goes down for the kick, and Charlie's at a place, right? So she's literally standing there waiting for him to get back into place so she can finish the kick. Like,
watch this high kick. Oh my God, that was terrible. But like this clanking noise, what is that? I thought it was the music at first.
You're right. This does look like a dress rehearsal.
It has to be. Like, look how far back she gets punched. That's terrible right there. But watch this.
So terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even see anything being landing.
Right. But instantly she is across the room.
Not only that, there's some punches where it's clear that they miss each other by like a mile, and they just kept it in the shot. Like,
hey
the
man,
the Marvel Stan channels. You know, I can't even think of their names right now, which is probably good because I don't want to badmouth them. But they're all talking about how amazing this is. Look how amazing it is. This is just like the Daredevil show on Netflix, and this is a clue as to what we're going to get for the new Daredevil show. And there's can't you just see how perfectly R-rated this is? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
There's no sound effects. You don't hear bone breaking. Pregnant. You didn't hear. Oh, no.
Was she pregnant in this?
No.
I have no idea.
I think she was pregnant. Somebody said something about that.
No.
Oh no.
Then you know what? Hire somebody else. She runs and gets a gun. Okay, that would have shot him. That would have shot him. It's a sawed-off shotgun.
It's a 12 gauge from point blank range.
Yeah.
Like
that's a 12 gauge. Okay, yeah, that's a short 12 gauge. And right there.
There's no way she misses that.
She just shot him in the nuts, and he doesn't even react.
Yeah,
he doesn't even react.
Shot.
That his balls and cock are gone.
And she was pregnant. Her baby was born in October, just born.
Okay, no offense to women.
So this must have been like the reshoot era then, right?
It's just like, okay, you have a series. Pick another time to get pregnant. You know what I mean? Like this is your.
But
moment.
no,
And
this
if
is what
you got-
happened.
Listen,
They shot.
you gotta tell your dude to have a better pullout game. That's what you need to tell him.
But no, this is what happened. They remember this was supposed to be like 8 episodes, and then they realized how terrible it was, cut it down to 6, and then cut it down to 5, and then realized even with the 5 episodes, some of the scenes needed to be reshot because it still looked awful. So by that point, they had to like bring them back after like months of being apart and be like, "Hey, can we clean up some of this footage here?"
Sean is here. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Good. Yeah, dude. He got shot in the nuts. Yep. All right, let's see what happens after he gets shot in the nuts. Nothing. Wait a minute. Did he hit her or the gun? Dude, that's what you're talking about. She literally drops the gun like he hit it, but he's like at least 6 inches away from it. Watch.
Keep in mind, just another
my
little
gosh,
side
yeah.
point, just real quick.
Yeah.
She never locked the door, so there was literally no reason for him to jump over the fence to begin with. Like he could have just
looks
went through
cool.
the door that she went through.
It looks cool, but I mean, literally, it's like more than 6 inches. Watch how that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. The fuck was that? Oh my god!
Oh, you see that part right there where he leaned on the thing and waiting
Yep.
for the hit him?
Yep,
Mhm.
that
This
is
is
dumb.
terrible. This is terrible.
This is really bad. Why didn't they just hire the guys from Netflix?
Because probably would have cost money.
You know, and the worst part is Charlie Cox is so athletic. He's making himself look a little bad to make her look a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, like it's almost like that Ahsoka where she's fighting the
Anakin.
No. Well, that was bad too. But when it was the two females fighting, you had the witch versus her, and the witch is a much more talented stunt coordinated actor. She is actually Bruce Lee's goddaughter. She is a talented like stunt actor, and she literally had to slow herself down because Rosie Dawson, whatever her name is, she
Rosario.
could not keep. Yeah, Rosario. Sorry, she could not keep up. She couldn't keep up, so it looked like total shit. It was like two middle-aged women fighting when the 10-year older one was way more athletic than the younger one. Hire people that actually can do the work or will put in that much effort to do the work. I mean, you know, say what you want to say about what's his name who plays Anakin Skywalker. Oh my god, I just blanked on his name. The guy who plays Anakin.
Christensen or
Hayden Christensen. He put in the goddamn effort to be able to battle with a lightsaber. You know, like in Mustafar episode or part of Return of the Sith was fucking amazing. You know, like he did a great job, but these guys, they don't even put in the work. It's it's disgusting.
Like I said, their whole selling point here is that we need an actual deaf Native American one-legged woman to be the star of our show, and they could have hired 1,000 other women who would have been far more qualified, who have actually made their jobs a lot easier by comparison, but they wanted to go all in on the diversity, and they lost all the quality of the show.
It's like they're the California of Hollywood. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. Like California, have you heard what California just did? Amber Alerts. They feel like African American girls, when Amber Alerts are done, they don't get enough, or excuse me, black young women don't get enough attention. So now they have ebony alerts, and it's part of another law that was for Indian girls of Native American, called the feather alert, which is so racist. You know, but now they have the ebony alert. Like, what's next? Their own water fountains? Their own doors to come into places?
Well,
like,
then it's going to go even
segregation.
further, because then it's like, well, what about the black men? So we're going to have like a Tyrone alert. Then the next one is going to have to be like...
Oh, Tyrone, call him.
That one was completely missed, by the way. That
I was like,
running
what was that knee?
that running knee completely missed.
She is one-legged, right? In real life?
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
I mean, so stupid.
I don't understand why they did that. That doesn't make.
Because again, they had to find.
Look, I
the
get
exact
you
fucking
want to
character.
have, but is she like that in the comics?
Yeah, I believe
She's
so.
one-legged in the comics. I don't think
then-
I think her abilities in the comics is like Taskmaster. That's what I heard.
I heard that
Yeah,
like, they've
yeah.
completely changed their comic book origin in this show. So
Well, they
they're
did
not
that with
really
a
the same
lot
type
of characters in like 2014 so that they can do this now.
Her powers are supposed to be vaguely the same because she gets the name Echo, not because she's deaf, but because she
'Cause
can
she can
echo like Taskmaster, completely, perfectly mirror somebody else's abilities.
Right. She, literally, she
So-
just mimics and copies.
So my thing is, great.
Yeah.
You wanna hire somebody who fits all these boxes.
Right.
How about hire her to do something else? Like, I don't
Right.
know, maybe like the supporting character. You know what I'm saying?
Answer
Something
phone
like
calls.
that. You know what? But for her to be doing this,
It's not fair to her.
you could tell it is affecting the quality of the
Yes.
fight because how this fight looks.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And are they're literally using her to do this because it looks like it is, right?
Mhm.
She's doing her own stunts per se, right? So why if even if you're going to do that, hire a stunt woman who looks like her that gives you a better flow of a fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me because this fight looks terrible.
Right.
Like I said, in order to have good stunt choreography, you have to have communication between the guys working.
Right.
Because she's deaf, like legitimately deaf, she can't have the same like timing and cues like everybody else on there has.
No,
So
you're
that's
right.
why this whole fight looks like she's a step behind the entire way.
Because legit is. Wait a minute. Was that supposed to miss him or hit him?
It was supposed to hit him, but the way, especially the angle that they shot it at, like here's the thing: if she was coming in from like the left and did that, it would have looked better when he sold it. But because she
Right.
came in like in front of the camera, you
Right.
can just tell that he clearly missed there.
I mean, Charlie Cox, I feel bad for him. He's talented, man. That hallway scene in the Netflix show, holy shit. Yeah.
Oh my
that's-
God.
That's terrible.
Did you know that in a recent comic run that she moves to Los Angeles where she goes undercover as a stripper?
A
one-legged stripper.
That's like the
Wait,
lunch.
wait,
That's
wait,
the
hold on,
lunchtime one.
Hold on. Is she supposed to be one-legged in the comics too?
That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm reading through this because I don't remember her character at all.
It's so stupid. So stupid,
Oh my
man.
God.
This show,
That's gonna be one hell of a sell for a strip club. I'm just saying.
I think we have affected, like as a community, has affected it somewhat. Marvel is only putting out one movie this year, and that's Deadpool, which I would.
That's
wanna
only because
see.
they did that stupid strike. That they would have been if they would have did that strike, they would have did more stuff.
I think that
No.
saved them, but
It's the strike was actually an excuse for them because if you listen to all these projects that are happening right now, they're all getting pushed back not because of the strike, because the quality is terrible. Like Captain America 4 has to be pushed back because they need to reshoot like a third of the movie now because it got bad test scores. The Thunderbolts had to be reshot. They just lost. They got Glenn from The Walking Dead to play Sentry. He left the cast, so they're gonna have to redo that whole thing. There's a couple other films that they have to reshoot. Then of course the Kane the Conqueror situation hasn't helped them at all either. So
who are they hiring? I saw the actor who I actually like. He was in, I think, Fear of the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead.
no,
Talented
that's
guy.
a rumor that they've talked about putting in, but
okay.
they haven't officially hired anyone yet to be
Oh,
in
okay.
that,
I thought
position.
they were. That was in the. I like that dude.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Shit, I'll find it. Because
Yeah.
I actually
Maya
think,
was not one-legged in the comics, and
No shit.
apparently at some point she absorbs part of the Phoenix Force. So this character could be around for a while.
part of the Phoenix Force. Really? Wow.
Everybody's got a part of the Phoenix Force at this point. And I don't know why it couldn't be just Jean Grey. Jean Grey is supposed to be the Phoenix, period.
Right. She is the Phoenix. She is one of the only people that should be able to actually handle it.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Phoenix Force, the Phoenix Force and Galactus are the two oldest beings, aside from the one above all and eternity and all that stuff.
Right.
But they were the two that survived the last universe.
Yeah. So, now people are saying, wait a minute. No, he's not going to be T'Challa. He's like fucking 50 something, 60 almost. But it's this guy. I can't remember his name. But this is the gentleman that they were thinking about being like, instead of like 30-year-old Kang, this is like Kang Prime, who's like in his 50s, who is going to be the real big bad. So all the other ones were younger Kangs, you know, with their vibrato and their plans, but this is the Kang that really is the puppet master. He's a bit older, and I mean, this guy can act. And I actually wouldn't mind.
I mean, the problem is that
or make
with
him
the problem is with the last Ant-Man movie, you already told everyone that the real big bad was the Kang that got banished to the quantum realm in the first place. So this will be a retcon on top of the retcon just to make this whole thing work now.
Well, they're gonna have no. They fired the guy, but whatever. So they'd have to do something.
Yeah, Sidon, I'm with you, man. And George was just talking about the two animation ones they're doing that he's involved in, where he's not writing the books. So that's awesome.
You know what's the crazy part about this?
Lenny Harry? I don't know if that's his name, but I like this guy.
The best part about this too is that you brought in Kang before you brought in Reed Richards, because he's supposed to be a descendant of Reed Richards.
Right. Wouldn't it be smart for us to really know Reed Richards in the MCU?
But that's only one variant of Kang.
Well,
that is
they only brought in Kang because they muffed Ultron so bad.
Kang is Nathaniel Richards. They all are Nathaniel.
Yeah, they're all connected to Richards.
But there's an old and a young. There's an old and a young Nathaniel Richards together.
Right.
I mean,
there you got Iron Lad. Iron Lad, I believe, is right. That's Nathaniel.
Yeah, Iron Lad is the one that's Nathaniel Richards. Right. He learns from an older Kang. Right. About how
But
how all his evil ways haven't worked. So Nathaniel Richards wants to go back and to be the good guy this time.
Because let's think about it. Kang has been beaten by female Loki. He's been beaten by Loki, which was okay, but he's also been beaten by ants. He was spaghettified. Like, he's not a threat. Like, again, it's almost like the Star Wars sequels. Like, when Ben Solo gets beaten in the first movie by Rey.
You need to be intimidating.
Right.
Yeah, you need to be intimidating.
Yeah, you got to fear he has to do something like kill it. He should have killed Ant-Man. Then we could have believed, okay, this guy's a threat.
Yeah. So I know y'all were talking about Angel real quick. The only reason I said it because on my Twitter, as I was scrolling down, it had a picture, a gif of Faith, and I was like, Faith is that's nice.
She was. She still is.
Yeah. I thought Sarah Michelle Gellar was pretty good when after season 3 she started getting skinny. Like 1 to 3
I never
she
thought
was
she was
nice,
hot.
and then she went like when she did Cruel Intentions. Nice.
I still didn't think she was hot in that movie.
I liked it. I
mean, she was slutty, but that.
Mr. Bojan always loved Elijah Dushku much more.
Elijah Dushku. She fucking.
She got blacklisted.
She was in. That was the one from what? Elijah Dushku. She was from
Dollhouse, True Calling,
right? And she was in True Lies. She was the daughter in True Lies.
Was she really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, 24 is the first time I knew of her.
Yeah.
Girl,
so you were saying how Ms. Bojan, you was talking about the ending of Angel, right? That was a great ending. Did you get any of the comics that was directly after that?
Mr. Bojan has the whole series. I never read them though, but he loved them.
Oh yeah, I have them too. So yeah, that's
what the comics of Angel.
Comics of Angel and Buffy, they literally continue right after what happened.
Right.
After.
I heard about that because they wanted to finish the story the way they wanted to.
Yeah, and they're going to do an audio series to pick up at the end of the comics.
Oh,
and they brought all the original actors from Buffy and Angel back together and
did like almost like a radio show type thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah, like old days.
School. Yeah. That's freaking cool.
You know what's pretty dope too, because they really planned that out, because like Willow is a problem. Like she taps back into that power again too in the comics when she was Dark Willow.
Yep.
And so
I like Dark Willow. Her girlfriend, I never was like, come on, Willow, you can do better than that. But anyways,
you mean Tara?
Tara,
yeah, Tara.
And then the sister that was the key.
She's a smoke show, man.
She is now.
I have her.
Shit.
I have her on her Instagram. She's something else.
Anything about that?
All right, so just a little something. A couple alien things here, boys and girls. Talking about that Miami
Florida
thing. Yeah, dude. Okay, so this is a cop supposedly. supposedly
distraction,
this
bro.
is an actual cop from Miami. Now look at how many freaking police cars there are, and he's talking about teens.
The amount of cars is trash. That part makes me feel like there's something fugazi
Dude, there was
going on.
helicopters. There
Yeah,
was
that's for a fight. Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
unless you're talking about like it's one thing if it's like literal like people got AKs and they shoot.
no, they were
everybody.
shooting some fireworks. He said at people.
Exactly. And you can tell the difference between the firework. I mean, I'm sorry. I grew up in Chicago, so the citizens of Miami know what the fuck a firework sounds like, as opposed to a gun.
But look at this
Not
shit.
lying.
Now, first, our response to that big incident in Bayside Marketplace. What happened was there was about 50 or more juveniles that were shooting fireworks at people.
Okay, so 50 or more juveniles call for like 6, maybe 25, 30 police cars, helicopters. I think, the fucking National Guard. It's ridiculous.
So if they were shooting fireworks at people, they would have known they weren't getting shot.
Right.
I'm just saying, like
they did this thing, he said, where it was a certain call where it calls every single police officer in Miami to come to the scene, meaning there was no police anywhere else in Miami for fucking 50 kids. For
that
50
means
kids,
something else went down. So
Agreed.
So it wasn't even necessary. Here's the thing. Now this is where I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on. This part of it might have been the actual thing of them going there.
Yeah.
To make a distraction for whatever the hell that was going on where they were not at. I'm telling you right now. That's what makes me think.
And people were saying that their cell service was cut, that electricity around the mall was cut.
For days.
And, yeah.
Now, this is a guy, I can't prove his dad works for the sheriff's department, but this is what he put on TikTok. That's some freaky looking shit.
How have I not heard about this? My dad's a police officer in Miami. And I mean, like, he's even running for sheriff. And I just talked to him. He didn't say anything about that. Hey, did you, have you been seeing the alien stuff? Did you see that at Bayside? Are you serious? You're joking. You're joking. Did they tell you not to talk about it?
How many times you want me to slice the pie? I'm not allowed to know about it.
What?
I do know what you're talking about, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Can you at least say like whatever? So they're saying it's like a fight broke out. Why did they send so many police cars? Are you serious? You can't say you can't say any.
I mean, they've already said what it was, and he can't talk about it. Like, that's kind of weird. That's a little weird.
So
and
there's
then
a lot of. Oh, go ahead.
Bayside Mall.
Sorry. And this is the one that, like, the guy kind of shows it a little bit better, but there's a shit ton of cops, and then this is the footage people are talking about. Now, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but that motherfucker looks huge. Whatever it is, it's not a shadow, it's not a reflection. I don't know what the hell it is, but people reported it came out like a fucking portal opened up and these two things came out of it. Because there's this one over here too. I mean, huge. They're huge. What the? I don't know. And there's cops everywhere for what? A couple kids shooting fireworks. I don't know.
What do you think is Nephilim?
Yeah, it could be a Nephilim, dude.
Or it could just be a straight up demon.
Or, I mean, they're able to enter this world, dude. So I don't know. Sport, could it be the precursor to the fake alien invasion conspiracy? It could be. I mean, they want us to think that if there are aliens, they're dangerous. So
here's the thing, though. It's like somebody had mentioned this too. It's like, oh, could this just be a distraction because all the Epstein stuff right now? Like, here's the problem: they're not capitalizing on the distraction. Like, if this was being played on like CNN and Fox News, this was like the story for like the last few days. They would say, okay, this is a distraction. It's like they're suppressing like what happened like down there for obvious reasons. It's like even they were saying it's like, well, they were claiming that shots were being fired, so they were responding like it was a mass shooting. We've seen mass shooting responses, and it's looked nothing like what happened there. Like,
not like that. No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was like the entire. That looked like it was more than like one precinct. That looked like it was
dude. It was. They said it was every cop in Miami. There's a call sign they use, and they all come. They all come. So that's for a fucking either a disaster or an invasion. Like,
So this is why I really got suspicious of the whole thing, because it's like people were saying that, their internet was cut off, they couldn't get cell service or whatnot. Okay, if this was just, a bunch of kids, causing a ruckus, where's the 911 calls? Because the 911 calls would have prompted such a response to be like, hey, there's something going down this area. So the people who were able to call 911 to let the police know something was going down.
And they always release that footage. They always release that footage.
What were they saying? Were they saying that, hey, there's a fight going on, hey, people are getting shot? Or were they saying that there was some crazy shit going on at the mall?
I don't know. Masters of the TDS in the house. Good dude. Great channel. Check them out. Awesome Twitter, too. He's a good human being. Got to meet him in in Florida, and we had a great time. Yeah, you did too. Yeah, him and his wife are awesome.
Yep,
awesome. Yeah, man. I don't know that Nephilim. I mean, they said they're over 10 feet tall. So I mean, interdimensional of some sort, maybe. And like people, but it could be.
I'm gonna tell you like this here. I believe it when I see it. Okay?
Yeah,
all the shit.
I get that.
When I see it, then okay. Yeah, we have a conversation. Until then, I believe something fugazi is up, and whatever they tell us, you believe. It's that old saying: believe none what you hear and half of what you see. So
Yeah,
I believe half of what I see there, and none of this shit that I'm hearing.
Yeah, I can say I've never seen anything alien. I have seen what you can call maybe a ghost or something like that. When I was a kid, I was like 13 years old, and we actually camped as Boy Scouts on a battlefield at Gettysburg, and it was like sun was just coming up, and there was a thick like fog, but it was kind of like mist on the ground. It came up to about your knees, and I went out to take a piss, and I'm looking over the battlefield, and all of a sudden, out of the mist, from their knees up, I see soldiers made of mist walking with a guy above them on a horse, like following them, and literally they like Civil War attire. I froze. I like pissed down my leg. I zipped up I just fucking dove back in the tent. I was so freaking scared, man. I was so scared. It lasted that moment was probably 10 seconds. It felt like I was staring at it for like fucking 10 minutes. I was just like, am I seeing this? And it was so clear too. Like they were mist colored, but I could see their faces. I could see that they were worn out and they were tired and they disheveled, and like I don't know which side they were on, but damn, it was scary, man. It was freaking scary.
That seems like that would definitely get you a little shook. I'll tell you like this.
Yeah.
I had the craziest thing I ever had was like the shadow figure while I'm sleeping.
Right. Oh, yeah. When I did a lot of coke back in the days too.
Nah, I didn't do.
No, but I know what you mean. Or the one that you can't get up.
Yes.
You can't move. Yeah.
The terror. What they call it, night terror, almost like.
Yeah. Or it's night paralysis or something
night paralysis.
like that.
Yeah. That's what that
it's crazy,
shit
man.
Scared the shit out of me. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like it's like there's someone saying Nephilim.
Yeah. Well, we will be discussing more about this on Tuesday night's Aluminum Spork, and I'm really hoping we have a special guest. Hopefully I can put out that info tomorrow. We'll find out though. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's sleep paralysis. Yeah. I've had that before where I thought it was somebody holding me down, but it's just, and like I could hear everyone clearly, and I'm like, I couldn't say a word or nothing. It only happened once in my life, but that's a medical thing. Seeing these guys walk, it was really scary. Or being 12 years old and having a dream that my grandfather took me fishing, which he never did. And we're having a beautiful place, and he's like, well, I have to go, Scott, but I love you. And and I was like, well, can't I go with you? He's like, not now, it's not your time, but I'll see you someday down the road. And I woke up, and about 20 minutes later, I hear my mom crying. My grandfather passed away in the night. So it's like,
wow.
There are those moments, like there's, God is real. Okay. And I believe that the spirit goes somewhere, and if you're good, it goes somewhere good. And you can maybe have those moments to connect with people.
And that's where
yes, amen.
That's why I say the whole concept of aliens, while I believe in the point of aliens, I don't believe that it's like what people might say. Because there are, if you believe in the higher power, like in God and everything, you must understand that there are other creatures that are made. They would be called angels,
Well,
So there are other beings. in
there's
this
a couple
universe.
of things
Yes.
too. Like, first of
Yeah.
all, people don't even understand that their concept of aliens or what aliens are comes from essentially media. What media has
Yeah.
felt them about aliens for so many years. It's like what we see in
They want us to be
news,
terrified.
TV and movies. Like
Yeah.
that's your concept of what aliens are. And I mentioned this, I think, on the last show we did on the aluminum spork stage. It's like,
Yeah.
if you believe that, you know, there was a heaven and a hell, and what we believe about hell, it's like, oh yeah, that's where Satan and all of the demons are. They're all down there and they're just waiting for you when you die. It's like, if you actually read the Bible, it never says anything about
Nothing.
Satan and the fallen angels
No.
going to hell.
No,
Not at
they're
all.
here.
They said they fell to earth. They didn't say
Yeah.
that they're in hell.
Yep.
In hell, it's like. And
Yes.
people don't think about this too. Like I'm probably gonna do an episode about this in the future when we talk about like the water and the fact that, like I said, 70% of the earth that we know it is completely untouched, completely unseen. We don't know what the hell's down there right now.
Nope.
So it's like they have absolutely no concept of, you know, of what is actually out there, what's actually real. So people are going to start seeing things and they're gonna think to themselves, "Oh, that must be a quote unquote an alien." It's like not exactly.
It doesn't have to mean,
not you're
it could be
following the
biblical.
trails. Yeah.
So when you mention like the heaven or hell thing, so the one thing that always gets me is that, you know, you have people out there who might say that, you know, they believe in like the fire and brimstone and all that stuff. But here's the thing about that, and I hope not going off too much.
No, it's fine. I go everywhere.
So the one thing I will say, you know, just from the studies that I've learned, is that if you really want to really take the nuts and bolts in there, the two people that should actually get fire and brimstone, but that was never the deal. The deal was if you eat from this tree, you'll positively die. Not if you eat from this tree, you'll burn in hell.
No,
So if there
you'll
was
die.
ever if there was ever
Knowledge.
anybody who's
Yep.
supposed to get that, is the people who clearly defied. You know, we just really ain't have, we just honestly, like, in our situation, we're just like stuck where we are because that's the programming that we are in at this point. Like, you
Well,
really
remember,
can't, we don't have a
hell-
choice.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Hell
Matt-
specifically was made for Satan and his angels, the ones that rebelled against heaven and were defeated. Like that's what hell was specifically made for, and it's
Not
also
for
going
us.
to be the holding place for people who refuse to believe in Christ in
Oh,
the final days.
Yeah. I like this. I get a visit. I get visited in dreams all the time. They even told me things I had no way of knowing. My grandfather told me something in Yiddish, and I told my mom, and she started crying, saying he used to say that. Like, yeah, dude, you can't not believe when things like that happen. Like, and people are like, oh, maybe you heard it once. No, man. Like, we are, even if you don't believe in God or this, you know, you're more of like a, I don't know if Joe Rogan believes in God or not, but he does believe in higher dimensional beings. That's, you know, God is a higher dimensional being. He's all dimensional.
I
being,
mean,
you know, like-
Joe Rogan's one of these guys who pushes like the use of things like DMT, where, you know, all
Yes.
these people take these drugs and they start seeing all of these beings, and they convince themselves because they don't believe in God that, oh, all
Right.
this stuff is just in my head, and, you know, it's just figments of my imagination and whatnot. And then I've heard quite a few people have mentioned that, you know, when talking to these beings, that they tell them things that they couldn't have possibly have known if it was simply just something that was in their head. And I think it was even there's a show on like Comedy Central. I don't remember the comedian, but I can send you the video after the fact.
Yeah.
He's talking about how he takes DMT and that every time he trips, he sees this giant purple woman who's obsessed with him, right? Like almost like he has a relationship with this woman. But every time he mentions that he has a girlfriend, this being gets very, very upset. Well, one time he was with his friend who was also on DMT. Now, he took DMT and
I
he
know,
didn't
yeah.
that one time. And then he was mentioning that, oh, yeah, I talked to this purple lady who mentions that she knows you and she knows like all about you and whatnot. And it's like no one even puts two and two together
Right.
that what you
Right.
think is in your head is actually something that's,
Yeah.
let's just say, not so friendly that you probably shouldn't be
Right.
communicating with.
You're like, yeah, you're tapping into something like a Ouija
Yeah.
board, man. We released a demon, I think, once,
Mhm.
and it scared the shit out of me. What were you going to say, Tina?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Proceed
All right,
on.
we're gonna wrap it up though. We'll leave that stuff for Aluminum Spork on
Wrap it up, Pete.
Tuesday. We will be Monday. We'll do Song of Ice and Fire, and we'll see how everything else goes. Hopefully, again, we have a special guest on Tuesday. If not, maybe the following week. But this has been an awesome chat, guys. You have been killing it. Thank you, Masters of the TDS, for stopping by too. You're one of the best. If you and Raven want to come on a Saturday or Aluminum Spork or something, please. I'd love to have you guys back again. Spencer, you too, bro. Come on. Come on. But I love you guys, and Damaj and I, you're always welcome to join us. Always welcome, man. I'll just add you to the group. And Mikhail Wolf, one of my chocolate giving friend, he gave me New Zealand chocolates a few years ago, and I was really appreciative of that.
Somewhere totally different with that.
Yeah, I know. It sounded that way. I had to finish that statement because it was sounding weird. Anyways, but I love you guys. Everybody, please have an amazing week. If I don't talk to you, and remember, don't believe everything they tell you. What was it? Don't believe majority of things.
The government, you probably shouldn't believe anything they tell you.
Don't believe any of that shit.
None of what you hear and half of what you see.
We're out. I gotta make one of these for the dump. Or every show will just be called Aluminum Sport from now on. All right. Good night, everybody.
Aluminum Sport.